team on a roll, winners of 3 straight, behind a balanced attack led by the SEC's #3 rusher, Alex Collins. Les Miles and LSU look for tonight's game to be a bounce back for a team as well as the nation's leading rusher, Leonard Fournette.
Go Tigers!
Death Valley on a Saturday night. Baton Rouge, Louisiana in our matchup. The Razorbacks of Arkansas and the #9 Tigers of LSU. As you take a look at the SEC West standings, LSU knows now that they need more help. Mississippi State didn't give them any this afternoon. As Alabama rolls again, they're 6-1. LSU is going to need some help from Auburn in a couple of weeks if they're to have any hope of being the West representative in Atlanta. Florida already in as champions of the East. Welcome to Baton Rouge, everybody. Brad Nessler along with Todd Blackledge. Partner, I think ever since the last snap of that debacle in Tuscaloosa last week for LSU, their fans, the entire country, you and I included, wondering if they can bounce back and if Leonard Fournette can bounce back as well.
Yeah, and I expect that they will. They have a lot to play for still, and besides that, LSU thinks they're a great team, and they're anxious to get out here tonight, push the restart button, and I think their schedule helps them because the opponent coming in to face them tonight is playing as well and as hot as anybody, so it doesn't take long for a team like Arkansas to get LSU's attention.
They need their quarterback to get hotter than he was last week, too.
Yeah, he really does. He didn't play. Brandon Harris didn't play as well as he's capable of. I think he needs to play well tonight. I think Leonard Fournette will be fine. He'll have his normal kind of game, but I think they're going to have to score, and for LSU to win, Brandon Harris is going to make a bunch of plays.
I think you already know that LSU is a tough team at home, at night, on a Saturday night especially, and as they go against an Arkansas team right now that's, I don't know, as hot as anybody in the country right now. They've won 3 straight, 4 of their last 5, 2 of them in overtime, and they've been really special over the last month of the season.
They really have, and they've been a little bit lucky, but they've been good too. And Brandon Allen, their quarterback, has played about as well as anybody in college football, particularly over the last 3 weeks.
Brandon Allen, the leader of this group, maybe the top quarterback right now in the SEC, with all due respect to Dak Prescott.
Yeah, well, the thing that he's done, he's had some guys grow up around him. This is his 35th career start, and he's playing his best football right now, and there's nobody that's more true and through a Razorback than Brandon Allen, and right now he's enjoying the fruits of his labor.
As you go inside the tunnel, we'll bring you outside in a moment, and then you'll hear the roar, no pun intended, at Tiger Stadium. Les is holding them back and letting them go. Here comes LSU. Check in, 3rd member of our team, Holly Rowe. Holly.
Well, guys, Leonard Fournette was the media darling before last week. A very difficult game against a great Alabama defense. Just 31 yards on 19 carries. Left people questioning him and his effectiveness. Les Miles said it was a tough week for Leonard. He just couldn't understand how he lost favor so quickly. But I told him, you are in good shape with me. Everybody here in this building still believes in you. He will try to get back on track tonight against Arkansas, a team that held him to just 5 carries last year. But everybody in this stadium is ready for Leonard Fournette to get back on track. They have passed out these masks tonight. Their message, brace up for the Arkansas Razorbacks. We'll see if the Razorbacks have something to say about that.
I always wondered what she was going to look like with a beard. Brett Bielema's got the beard working too for the month of November in his 3rd year as the head coach at Arkansas. Much like his season ago, started slow and now they're coming on near the end of the year like last season. And for Les Miles, it is 11th season, 110 wins, 2nd winningest coach in school history, and a guy that has gone 48-5 in night games here at Tiger Stadium. LSU won the toss. Arkansas will receive.
Well, and Arkansas would have taken the ball if they would have won the toss too. A very hot offensive football team.
Dominique Reed waits a yard deep in the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Junior college player who's really come on as both a return man and as a receiver, a 22-yard kick return. And that'll bring out Brandon Allen, who we've already talked about, coming off a 6-touchdown performance last week in overtime over Ole Miss, and he just has had the hot hand with everything he's done.
Well, he's throwing the ball extremely well. His new offensive coordinator, Dan Enos, who is a quarterback himself at Michigan State the last 5 years, has been the head coach at Central Michigan before coming with Brett Bielema, has done a great job of kind of piecing things together as they work through some injuries, and Brandon Allen is just playing at a very, very high level right now.
Alex Collins, 7 yards deep, gets the pitch on the first carry. And he only got a couple against the LSU defense. As we take a look at our Chick-fil-A impact players, and we're talking about Arkansas, you have to talk about Alex Collins. 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons. Hunter Henry's really coming on, maybe the best tight end in the SEC, if not the country. Jamal Adams had 10 solo tackles last week in the loss to Alabama, and he's playing as well as anybody in the secondary back there. Calls the shots in that final grouping for the Tigers. 2nd down and 7. Play action. Allen pumped once, now goes out incomplete, intended for the other tight end, Jeremy Sprinkle, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Very few teams in college football use their tight ends better than Arkansas as a position group. The combination of Henry and Sprinkle have combined for 51 catches, 730 yards, and 3 touchdowns. They shift them, they move them, and they're big targets, and they run a lot of crossing routes with those guys.
You saw that amazing statistic. No 3-and-outs in the last 23 possessions. They've got to pick up 7 here, or we'll snap that graphic in half. And we've got movement. It looked like no flags, though, I guess. And Allen goes complete, and they've got another 3rd down conversion, and it is Hunter Henry.
Well, again, tight end and crossing routes. It's a big target, and the thing that Hunter Henry does so well is create separation. Right now, he's got separation on the linebacker, Deion Jones, and Brandon Allen is able to find him. He has a lot of confidence on 3rd down throwing to Hunter Henry, and that's why.
Both tight ends stay in there, 84 and 83, both lined up on the same side. 1st down.
A lot of bootlegs out of this Arkansas offense, too. Might be a good spot for one here.
Sprinkle in motion now. The 38-yard line. It's Collins straight up the middle. Boy, some quick feet in the hole, and he gets out near the 45-yard line.
That's kind of what makes him unique. He's a physical back. I mean, he looks for contact, and he will run through tackles, but he also has very quick feet, like you mentioned, in the hole. He's a quick cutting guy. You see that little cut to add a couple extra yards. He's a unique combination of that cutting ability and the power when he runs the football.
The other 2 SEC running backs with 1,000 yards in their first 3 seasons, Darren McFadden and Herschel Walker. Not bad company. 2nd down and 3. LSU thinking about a blitz off the corner. They don't bring it, but they do get pressure. Allen scrambling around. He's a good runner.
Yeah.
Short of the 1st down, but he did get a couple.
And see, that's why, or part of the reason why this offensive line has only given up 9 sacks. I mean, Arkansas is throwing the ball a lot this year, but Brandon Allen is crafty in the pocket. He has a good pocket presence and feel for when it's time to run and when it's time to get out of there. That wasn't a huge run, but it avoids a loss with a sack.
They don't give up many, that's for sure.
And the quarterback helps that. That's not just an offensive line stat. That's a quarterback stat as well.
They got a fullback in there right now, Kendrick Jackson, the up man with Collins, a tailback. 3rd down and a yard. They picked up a 3rd and 7. Let's see if they can get a short yardage one. Collins, and he's got it. Followed his blockers nicely. He picked up 3. And the ball is out at the end.
The one thing about Alex Collins, he's a physical runner. He's not afraid of contact. He'll lower his shoulders, but he does have a tendency to put it on the ground some.
And it's Arkansas. Wait a minute. The referee pointed one way. I think he's going to turn around. He is. Tigers have it.
You see him cover up the football, but it gets popped out. Locature is able to get in there and knock the ball out. And again, as physical and as strong as Alex Collins is, he does have a tendency to put the ball on the ground some, and this is the big turnover for the LSU defense.
And I think it was Jamal Adams who dug it out of there, our impact player on defense for LSU.
Now, I think LSU is going to be very serious about getting Leonard Fournette off to a good start, but I would not be shocked to see them go play action here and take a shot down the field. Arkansas, one of the things that they're going to try to counter with a little bit, we'll see a mixture, is 5 defensive linemen in the game. Right now only 4, but we'll see 5 to stop this running game.
Brandon Harris, play action. Here comes the shot Todd was talking about. It hits one of the defenders in the back of the helmet, incomplete. Josh Liddell had that come off the back of his helmet, I think, as we take a look at the numbers for Brandon Harris on the season. He had been playing really well until last week against Alabama when he went 6 out of 19 for 128 yards.
Well, Alabama's defense is outstanding, and they get better each week, and they just totally lock down this LSU offense. Brandon Harris didn't have a good game. Leonard Fournette only 31 yards rushing. He's got to get off to a good start tonight for LSU.
All 3 receivers to the near side on 2nd and 10. And it'll be Fournette taking it the other way. And nice pursuit and breaking up the play and a loss of 4. And it was Jared Collins, the cornerback, coming up there to make the play.
The key to stopping Leonard Fournette, as you look at Collins on the edge, keeping contained and keeping everything outside of him, is to get Fournette's shoulders facing the sideline. If you can get him to run east and west more than north and south, then defensively you've done a great job. When he gets those shoulders square to the line and hits it, he's a load. That's
exactly what Brett Bielema told us, along with his defensive coordinator Rob Smith, that they wanted to happen in the opening series against Fournette. It forces 3rd and 14. And Harris in trouble, and he's going to go down. Back at the 40-yard line. Jeremiah Ledbetter, one of the several hogs involved.
Well, the first guy to get there was Tevin Beanham, number 97. He just ran right through Vidal Alexander, who's one of their best offensive linemen. Watch at the bottom of your screen. Beanham just gets right into Vidal Alexander and pushes him right back into the quarterback, and then Ledbetter there to clean it up.
Well, you talk about a fumble not hurting you.
Yeah.
But now they're backed up to the 40-yard line. They lost 10 yards. They force a punt from Jamie Keene, and DJ Dean is on the other end. This one should be returnable. The run up by Dean at the 18-yard line, and he goes across the 30 in a hurry. And Arkansas will have it back on offense. We'll see how Alex Collins responds from that fumble when we come back. We look in Tiger Stadium, about 102,000 of our friends here in Death Valley. And second possession coming up for the Razorbacks after Alex Collins fumbled, but LSU couldn't do anything with it offensively. So it's Arkansas at the 33-yard line.
We talked about Collins, who's not in there right now. We talked about Brandon Allen, the passing game. The guy we haven't mentioned yet, Drew Morgan, has been their go-to receiver. Probably try to get him involved in this possession.
Cody Walker at a tailback right now. They fake it to him, and on the bootleg, the throw is a little bit low, intended for Hunter Henry again.
Nice job by Lewis Neal, the defensive end, getting up the field quickly and forcing the quick throw by Brandon Allen. Lewis Neal, his first year as a starter, leading the team in sacks, tackles for loss, has really blossomed under new defensive line coach Ed Orgeron.
Yeah, he comes in with 7 sacks, which is second in the conference right now. Sprinkles in front of Walker, who gets the call. Nice run. Barrels his way out across the 40-yard line. Cody Walker, the last time we had him, he had a thumb injury, and still does for that matter. He's wearing a cast or a partial one on that one hand.
Yeah, he was valuable in the overtime win against Auburn because Alex Collins got banged up a little bit. They had to go to Walker, and he ran the ball well late in the game, scored a touchdown in overtime, and without him, might have had a difficult time winning.
This has got to be a little bit of a lesson learned for Alex Collins, or he'd be on the field. Your number 3 rusher in the SEC, not out there right now, 3rd down and 2. Sending a message maybe after that fumble on the opening drive. Brandon Allen wide open. Jared Cornelius, and Cornelius has a first down. Pick up a 7.
Jared Cornelius was not involved the last time we saw Arkansas either. This team lost 3 of their top receivers in a span of 8 days. Cornelius was one of those guys. Suffered a broken arm in the Texas Tech game. He's been back for a couple games now and just adds another weapon to this offense for Brandon Allen.
Keon Hatcher, who was their leading returning receiver, out for the year with a broken foot. And he was one of that group in an 8-day span that Todd was talking about. So they're getting a little more healthy at that position. It's certainly helping the cause. Collins back in there, gets the toss. Ooh, man, he got belted at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Lamar Lewis, number 11, the outside linebacker, and Deion Jones combined on the stop.
Lamar Lewis, his position in this defense, he doesn't get a whole lot of snaps typically because of so much spread and nickel defenses. But with a team like Arkansas that plays with tight ends and base personnel, he's going to get more snaps tonight than he's gotten the last few weeks.
Brandon Allen scanning the field on 2nd down and 10 in the shotgun.
Arkansas, a very good screen team as well. Collins very good on the screens.
Here's a quick throw out to Reed. Reed made one man miss, and down the sideline is Dominique Reed. Nobody's going to catch him. Touchdown, Arkansas. 52 yards on the hookup, Allen to Reed.
Dominique Reed has now touched the ball 23 times, and he's scored touchdowns 7 of those times. That's a pretty good percentage. I'd get him the football. A little mix-up in the coverage and a missed tackle, and then the speed of Dominique Reed. And you said it, you know, when we saw them earlier in the season, Coach Bielema said to us, you know, he's a guy that's got great speed. We got to get him more involved. And now he's become a real force.
Coming off a career-high game last week against Ole Miss and off to a super start here in the first quarter. That's the longest pass play allowed by LSU all year long. 67-yard drive in a hurry. Dominique Reed, the capper. 52-yard touchdown pass from Brandon Allen, and the Hogs on the road lead 7-0. How hot has the Arkansas offense been in the last 22 scoring drives? A touchdown 21 times. That is strong.
Well, again, it's the balance of the run and pass and the hot hand and hot decision making of their senior quarterback Brandon Allen.
That is his 22nd touchdown pass of the year. Lane sailing to kick off. Darrell Williams and Darius Geis wait on the other end, and a little argument over who's going to take it. It's finally going to be Geis coming out of the pile with it. I'm not sure if that was by design, but they were both hungry for the football. Neither one of them is going to get to the 20-yard line, though. Quick throw, and either too high for Malachi Dupree, or he didn't want any part of it. I'm not sure. Arkansas team's been involved in so many, and we'll show you, if you didn't see how they won the game a week ago in overtime, we'll show you that a little bit later on. Pitch is too far in front of Fournette, but he found the handle, got to the 20. That could have been a big-time turnover there. Pickup of...
Well, they might be calling this an incomplete pass.
Yeah, I think they are.
Yep, a forward pitch. Yep, I think that's right.
I guess it was.
You know, here's the deal for LSU right now. They're 3rd down now, so this is pass situation. But in the first 2 possessions, what's obvious, LSU's got some problems at tight end injury-wise. They've already lost Dylan Gordon, their senior tight end, to injury. Deshaun Smith, a junior, is not able to play tonight. They're down to 1 tight end, Colin Jeter, number 81, and that's why there's so much spread formation early in the game.
And this throw's behind Williams, but he snatches it, has a stiff arm, puts his head down, and comes up short of the first down.
Brandon Allen, or Brandon Harris.
We're going to get our Brandons mixed up tonight.
Brandon Harris is going to have to get hot because LSU is going to have to make plays in the passing game to keep up with Arkansas. Arkansas is going to score. They're as hot of an offensive football team as there is right now in college football, and LSU is going to have to score, and they're not going to be able to score by being conservative. Brandon Harris has had open receivers in his first 2 possessions, has not been accurate with the football yet.
Second straight 3 and out for LSU, so Keene to punt. This one a mile in the air. And Dean's going to let it bounce. Luckily, it took a bounce backward, and LSU stops it right there. Arkansas inside the 10-yard line, though. Kind of a tough spot for Brandon Allen and company. First down, Arkansas at their own 9. Collins in the middle of the pack, keeps the legs going and gets all the way out to the 15-yard line. Nice leg drive. and he had both arms wrapped around that football.
You know, this Arkansas offensive line is gotten better as the season has gone on as well. A lot of experience. You know, they were expected to be the leaders of the team, have a great start to the season. They were on the cover of the media guide. They didn't start as quickly as they expected, but they've all stayed healthy. It's the same starting 5 every game, and over the last 3 or 4 weeks, they've played at a different level.
A bunch of receivers, including 2 tight ends, to Brandon Allen's left on 2nd down and 4. Collins again shows great movement, jumps in the hole, jump stop, and then picks up the 1st down. Todd just mentioned this. How many media guides in the country in college football have, instead of their skill positions or their quarterbacks and receivers on the card, there's the guys.
Yeah.
The big eaters, the banquet breakers, the buffet busters at about 326 pounds apiece, something like that. They're going to walk to the other end. The other guys will run to the other end because the quarter has come to a close. And the Hogs on the road leading 7-0 over 9th-ranked LSU here in Baton Rouge. The SEC on ESPN tonight from Baton Rouge as we're just about set to start the 2nd quarter between the Razorbacks and the Tigers. And in between quarters, old friend of ours, Jim Hawthorne, 33 years the voice of the Tigers in football, basketball, baseball, and the National Football Foundation just gave him the Chris Schenkel Award here in between quarters. Great guy, and there's his wife, and he said, not sure what I'm going to do. I'm just going to spend more time with my best friend when I'm done calling games, talking about his wife. One of the great voices in college sports. Brandon Allen throws a little too far in front of Drew Morgan. We haven't seen Morgan catch a ball yet, Todd.
Yeah, and I think that was by design to get him into the game. Yeah, this is a guy who, coming into the season, they were thinking maybe would be a number 3 receiver. All of a sudden, because of injuries, he had to step up and become a go-to receiver, and he has responded with an incredible year. 9 touchdown catches, 44 receptions on the season. And he has just really emerged, and he went the whole quarter without getting a touch. They tried to get him one there.
He's the top receiver in the SEC as far as yardage produced on the road. That's tough. There he is in motion right now, 2nd down and 10. But the give is to Alex Collins straight up the middle, and Collins on the run. They won't catch him. Alex Collins is going to take it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Arkansas, 80 yards. The LSU fans in shock, about to be down 14-0.
Well, we talked about the size of this Arkansas offensive line, and Alex Collins, he gets lost in behind there. Watch right here. He just kind of gets lost, and the LSU defense can't find him until it's too late. He hides back there, and when he popped out, there was nothing but green grass in front of him.
I'll give Tre'Davious White credit for giving chase all the way to the end zone, but Collins hit the pylon. 80 yards, the longest play from scrimmage for Arkansas this year. He had a 70-yarder earlier this season, but that one just about coast to coast. Wow, what a start for the Razorbacks. Cole Hedlund in for the point after. Extra point is up and good. A 91-yard drive in 4 plays. The capper was Alex Collins, and Brett Bielema saying, I like it. 14-0 Hogs. LSU fans in shock. The first 7 games, that's what the rush defense LSU did. And then last week, Derrick Henry went for 210 of that 250. And tonight, Arkansas has got 109, and Alex Collins has got most of that.
Well, and 48 of Derrick Henry's 210 came on a busted defense, and that time, the long run, a breakdown in the LSU defense helped.
Geis from the 1-yard line. Nice little move. And got out across the 25. Let's see if their offense can get something moving. First down at 5 now. Leonard Fournette trying to get to the edge. He does. Broke a couple tackles. Might have the first down. He went out right at the marker. If they give him 6, it's a first down.
A.J. Malone in there.
Karl Malone's son, and there's Dad. Bundled up in the crowd. One of the great ever NBA players. So first down at the 34 with 5 minutes to go in the half. Nice play fake. And again, they flush Harris out of the pocket. He's in trouble again. And the ball is out. That's a fumble. Arkansas's got it at the 11-yard line. Dre Greenlaw forced the fumble. And Brooks Ellis, the middle linebacker's got it.
Well, Brooks Ellis came first. He's the guy that's going to flush him out, and Greenlaw gets to him and pops the ball out. Brandon Harris is trying to throw. He should have tried to throw that away earlier. He waited till he was wrapped up. And these two linebackers that have combined for a lot of plays in this Arkansas defense.
He was trying to get his arm forward, but the ball's going the other way. First down, Arkansas at the 11. Golden opportunity to capitalize with more points here before halftime. Collins follows his blockers, and he's down at the 5-yard line. Lewis Neal made the tackle, but a 6-yard pickup for Alex Collins. That is red zone scoring, folks. 17 for the last 17.
Yeah. They didn't start out very good in the red zone at all. That's why their overall numbers are not great coming into the game. But of late, they have been virtually unstoppable, and not just unstoppable from scoring, but from scoring touchdowns.
They're 5 yards away from another one. Second down and 4. They can get a first down at the 1. Sprinkle will come in to play fullback from his tight end position, I should say. And it's a little quick opening draw to Collins, and he's in. Touchdown Razorbacks. So they turn the fumble into a touchdown.
Boy, this is great execution. Ragnow, the right guard, gets a great block, blocking down the tight end. Watch the block down, the block by the tackle, and then the tight end. Hunter Henry gets the key block on Beckwith, the leading tackler for LSU's defense. Right up inside. Can't do it much better than that. And Arkansas takes advantage of the LSU turnover.
I think everyone expected Arkansas to be a formidable opponent and a team that you didn't want to play right now. But I don't know if anybody thought 21-0 with 3:55 to go in the half. Wow, it's all Arkansas right now.
Brett Bielema told us last night they hoped they could do the job that they wanted on Fournette and put the ball in Brandon Harris's hands to beat him. Cam Cameron, the offensive coordinator, said this is a game we think that Brandon Harris can take a step forward. So far, it's been a big step backwards for the LSU offense.
Kickoff will go to Darius Geis a couple yards deep, and he's going to bring it out. Nice return again by Geis. The kicker's going to be part of the tackle at the 30-yard line. Got a flag down. 17-0 last season. That snapped a long SEC losing streak. Last time LSU was shut out in the first half, and right now they're getting shut out 21-0. Here's Fournette on a screen pass. Leonard Fournette into the secondary with a stiff arm, brought down as he crosses the 25. They got back to about where the kickoff return was before the penalty, pickup of 20.
Well, they've had very few plays like that. Prior to that play, 23 offensive plays, only 33 yards for this LSU offense. 4 sacks and a turnover. It was a big first down play. They've got to try to get something going here before halftime.
Malachi Dupree's been the #1 target tonight for Harris. There he is on a quick slant. Got about 8 more.
KJ Malone, who we showed you the last possession, in there now at left tackle. Gerald Hawkins with the ankle injury earlier in the game. Been replaced by Malone.
Gerald not quite as tall as his daddy. I mean KJ rather. 6'4" though, and 300 pounds. Harris On a crossing route again and completes. Another first down, Traven Durrell. And Arkansas runs him back about 10 yards.
Well, a couple momentum plays for LSU. Again, this offense looking for anything to spark them. Remember, LSU won the toss and deferred, so they'll get the ball to start the third quarter. They got to try to get some points on the board here to end the second quarter, though.
I'm with you. 2.5 to go in the quarter. Just across the 40-yard line. 4-man rush against Harris. Fires far side. Throws a strike over there, complete to Diarce.
It was good
That's
timing.
another first down.
That's a throw that Brandon Harris made before the receiver came out of his break. The ball was out of his hand. That's good anticipation and good timing. The other thing I would look to work in the passing game, I would look to isolate Fournette on one of these linebackers, either Brooks Ellis or Dre Greenlaw. These two guys in here, I'd try to get Fournette matched up on them in the pass game.
About the only linebackers they have. Harris again and again, a nice throw, complete. Diarce fighting for yardage, not going to be at the first down mark, I don't think, but it's really close. About a football shy.
So
In fact,
far,
he thinks he's got the first down, and they're going to stop things here to take a look at it.
so far LSU's best offensive possession. The hurry-up offense. Arkansas trying to keep everything in front, not get beat over the top for an easy play. And LSU marching down the field.
I thought they were going to measure. They didn't. They gave him the first down. And the throw is quick again. Malachi Dupree again. Said to Malachi Dupree yesterday, who's your favorite NFL receiver? He said Julio Jones. I said, dude, I thought you were going to say Odell Beckham Jr. He said, that's different. We're friends. We're more like family. He's had a good first half, and they need more of him in a hurry. Down to 1:15 to go in the half. There's a long ball on the sideline, and incomplete. We're going to have a flag. Yes, we are. It comes in late, but it comes in around the 6-yard line.
DJ Dean was working out there on the sideline, and while the ball was in the air, he had his hands on the receiver and actually pushed him out of bounds. Traven Durrell was the intended receiver.
Pass interference, number 2 defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
It's a good call, and there he is, not only just pushing him, but as Todd said, pushed him out of bounds as well.
Well, Brandon Harris needs to capitalize here. I mean, this is a must-score possession for LSU. They get the favorable penalty right now. He's throwing the ball accurately and with anticipation. And a touchdown here not only gets your team back in the ball game, but it gets the crowd back in the ball game to start the second half as well.
Brandon has hit 9 of his last 10, Todd. They're right at the 10-yard line. First and goal. Harris in trouble again, though. He somehow got out of it. Throws short on the run and got it to Fournette around the 6-yard line. And the clock running under a minute. They have 2 timeouts. Les Miles looks up at that clock. They're just inside the 6. Taking their time. Harris, the fade to the corner, almost intercepted, then almost caught by Dupree. He would have been out of bounds anyway. Andre Tolliver was covering over there. So 30 seconds left, and 3rd down and goal.
Well, with the clock stopped now, you can get in the huddle and call the play you want. Ball wasn't really thrown in the right spot. That needs to be thrown over the outside shoulder. 3rd down, critical play here for LSU, because I think at this point, if you have to settle for a field goal, yes, you get on the scoreboard, but that's more of a win for Arkansas.
Dupree splits out to the top of your screen on 3rd down and goal. Harris waits, fires into some traffic. Touchdown, Malachi Dupree.
Well, he wasn't throwing to Malachi Dupree, but Malachi caught it. He was throwing to an up receiver, and the ball got deflected by Durrell, and Malachi Dupree was in the right place at the right time.
Boy, did they need this one.
Brandon Harris is looking to a short receiver. The ball gets deflected, and then in the back of the end zone, Dupree with good concentration and a much-needed touchdown.
Domang's extra point is up and good. And again, Traven Durrell was the guy that got a hand on it, and then Malachi Dupree gets two hands on it. Tipped right through two defenders, and number 15, as Todd said, the right spot, the right time. Touchdown LSU. 21-7 is our halftime score from Baton Rouge as we send it back to the studio for the Buick halftime report.
Well, Coach, you told us yesterday you wanted to see if number 6, Brandon Harris, was good enough to beat you. He hadn't so far in the first half, but that last drive found some success. What do you do now?
They got in their 2 minute. You know, we had a couple plays go their way. We got to be great with our pass rush. We can't let them, you know, have time back there in the pocket. We got to get them down. But I like the way our guys played, and we'll come back and play another half.
Leonard Fournette hasn't really gotten loose yet. You're down linebackers due to injury. How has your defense held up so well?
Well, I think they're doing a good job of closing off the gaps, trying to make him go east and west. As long as he's going sideways, he's not gaining yards. So the big thing is, you know, we've been in some four-quarter games. I know our guys are excited about playing here, and we'll see where the next 30 go.
You've been in more than 4-quarter games.
Yeah. If we need to go extra, we'll go extra.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
Just about set to start the third quarter in Death Valley, and lo and behold, Arkansas on the road 21-7 over the 9th-ranked team in the country. Welcome back to Baton Rouge, everybody. Brad Nessler with Todd Blackledge. That is the second least amount of rushing yards ever under a Les Miles coach team. And Ledge, they got 77 of that 110 on their last drive, but it's a drive they really needed.
Well, they absolutely had to have it, and I think they absolutely have to put something together in this first drive to start the third quarter. Keep the crowd involved, build on the momentum they had at the end of the half, and then defensively, they got to find a way to slow down the running game of Arkansas.
All right, Holly had a chance just moments ago to talk to Les Miles.
Well, Coach, obviously some problems protecting Brandon Harris. What can you do better up front right now?
Well, our offensive line's got to handle their ends. If our tackles handle their ends, we'll be better there. We got in rhythm the last drive of the half, and if we can stay there, throw in some run, be able to maintain some, you know, stay on the field, get first downs with both the run and the pass, we'll like when we finish.
You get the ball to start this half. Can you go hurry up again here and use that tempo and that rhythm?
Well, we've thought that those plays can go just as well without a tempo. We got a nice plan, it appears to me, to start the half.
Okay, Coach, thank you.
They're going to have a good spot to start from, Holly, across the 30-yard line, and another good return, 34-yarder by Geis. So that's where they set up shop. And out comes Brandon Harris and the offense.
Well, Les said it exactly right. The tackles have got to block the ends in pass situations. They did on the last drive, but 4 sacks in the first half to a defense coming in, one of the worst in the country in terms of numbers of sacks, with only 8. So that was a big deal in the first half, and they've got to be sharper, LSU's offense, in the second half.
As you look in the eyes of Leonard Fournette, they fake it to him, and Harris wants to throw on first down, and he throws a beauty. Traven Durrell on the sideline, and a big play to open the third quarter. Just what the doctor ordered, huh? 32-yard pickup.
Well, nice timing by Brandon Harris. He didn't start the game this way with an accurate throw, but he starts the third quarter. And LSU going a little tempo.
Leonard Fournette, oh, head-on collision. Get the license plate number, first down. Ouch.
Nice blocking. Watch the center. Ethan Posick, number 77, with a great block. And Leonard Fournette, again, when he's running north and south at full speed, you better bring a load to bring him to the ground.
He got 12, and another first down at the 30. Here he comes again. This time about 3. Kevin Richardson from the secondary made the tackle. Last couple of weeks against Alabama, almost nobody can penetrate their defense. And the first half tonight, same kind of story.
Well, and you have to take into account, I mean, most people know in college football that sack yardage goes against your rushing. So 4 sacks was really unexpected, and that's hurt their rush numbers.
They're going to keep the big guy moving, and he's still moving. Inside the 15. Another 13-yard romp.
Well, again, watch the double team, the center and the left guard. That's where they're running. Good work in tandem by Posick and Tahuma. And then Posick comes off on the linebacker. William Clapp, the right guard. That's good power blocking on the zone scheme.
Fournette up to 62 yards now. He'll get a breather, and Darius Geist comes in as the tailback for LSU.
Couple of talented freshmen in the backfield right now for LSU.
Mouton, the fullback, in front of Geist, who gets the pitch, follows his fullback, cut back inside the 10. He's down to the 8. Great opening drive for LSU right here. And they're going to go hurry up again. They can get a first down at the 4-yard line. The pitch, Geist trying to find an opening, and Arkansas won't give him one. Josh Liddell, first guy there, and here comes Leonard Fournette back in, along with Malachi Dupree from the sideline.
Didn't really love the hurry-up play that time. You know, it's worked a couple times. Now that you're inside the 15-yard line, boy, you want to make every play count. That was kind of a wasted play trying to go hurry up. Plus, you had your best player on the sideline for it.
Doral and Dupree, the two top receivers to the left of Harris. Fournette gets the call. Fournette gets the first down. First and goal, Tigers. They're going to bring in an extra lineman and a tight end.
Well, again, back-to-back drives have been impressive for LSU. They've got this Arkansas defense back on their heels a little bit, and Leonard Fournette is starting to feel it.
He wants the crowd into it. Feed the beast from the 1-yard line. Here he is. That's touchdown number 17 of the year. Fournette from 2 yards out. And we're down to a 1-score game.
Tell you what, who's gotten a couple good blocks on this drive is Colin Jeter, number 81. He's the lightest of the tight ends, but the only healthy one. And he has done a nice job blocking at the point of attack on this drive.
Domag in for the point after. Up and good. Just under 4 minutes into the third quarter, LSU couldn't have had a more impressive drive. They finish it off with number 7, and it's 21-14. Leonard had 34 rushing yards in the first half. He had 36 on that drive. Number 36, Gamble, to kick off. Taken at the 4 by Dominique Reed, who has a touchdown tonight as a receiver. Here's Reed getting the corner as a return man, and he's out across the 40. They tried to strip the ball, but he held on, and he's got it at the 44-yard line.
And Les Miles told us they didn't want to kick the ball down the middle of the field. That was a poorly placed kickoff, and it gave Dominique Reed a chance to use that speed. A lot of options for your first down play when you have this kind of field position.
They've done a great job on their first possession of the third quarter all year long, as you just saw those numbers. Alex Collins got a nice block, got to the edge. Collins across midfield, a first down run, a pickup of 12. So Baker Mayfield having a great season, as is Brandon Allen. Those two guys remind me of each other. Brandon Allen under center right now for Arkansas as they're in LSU territory on their first drive of the third quarter.
Tell you what, we got to keep an eye on Alex Collins. I think he's a little banged up.
They fake it to him. Allen comes up fired, had it knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Jamal Adams.
Alex Collins, Holly told us at halftime, a little bit of a left rib injury, and he got up after that last run to the LSU sideline very slowly. And he doesn't look like he feels too great right now. They put a pad on him, and he just doesn't look like he is himself right now.
They are very thin at running back. Cody Walker is going to have to take his spot. And after Cody Walker, you start looking for another running back. Here is Walker, and he's tripped up. Nice play by Deion Jones. A loss of 1.
See the difference, obviously, with Cody Walker. He's got the power to push the pile at 256, but he doesn't have the speed to break the big run or the quickness to make people miss that Alex Collins has. He's a big, powerful guy, but if you trip him up behind the line of scrimmage, you can get him to the ground.
This is the longest third down Arkansas has had tonight, Todd. Third down and 11. Crowd is really into it right now. Allen has time. Down the middle and throws a strike. First down to Jared Cornelius. Needed 11 and they got 12.
Well, really good protection by this offensive line. We've seen him run block. Watch the protection as Brandon Allen's able to scan the field, stay in there. Ball's not thrown in a great spot, a little behind the receiver Cornelius. But Cornelius knows what he needs for the first down, gets past the marker, and then makes a secure catch.
And both his catches tonight have come on third down to pick up the first down just inside the LSU 34. Cody Walker remains the single setback with Collins on the sideline. They give it to Morgan on a sweep. And Morgan got a good block from Sprinkle out in front, and he's got close to 10.
Yeah, they show that jet sweep action a lot, most of the time, to just kind of fool the defense and get eyes going away from where the play's going. But every now and then they'll give it to him, and that was a good run.
Only now. Now that's only the 4th time all year. They fake it a lot, but that's the first time tonight, the 4th time all year. I think he's inches short of a first down, but still a good-looking play to work it inside the 25-yard line. And again, there's Alex Collins on the sideline. Kendrick Jackson and Cody Walker in the backfield for the Hogs. Second down, less than 1.
Watch Hunter Henry here.
Walker, cutback run, and a good one. Cody Walker tripped himself up as he got inside the 20. His knee went down at the 18. But he got 9 yards and a first down.
Really nice cut. Good vision by Cody Walker to see where there was an opening. It wasn't there at the point of attack. He's able to get to the backside of the play, and even though he slipped, was able to easily make the first down.
Looks like some of the turf starting to come up a little bit as we get into this third quarter at the 8-minute mark.
Great response drive by Arkansas here.
First down at the 16. Walker behind his blockers, powers his way to the 11.
You know, it's interesting. When we talked to Dan Enos earlier in the year, he talked about offensive balance, and he says balance is not 50-50 run pass. It's being able to do whatever the defense gives you the opportunity to do. One game it might mean throw it 40 times. In the case of tonight, it's the running game. 190 yards rushing now for Arkansas. And throwing the ball, Brandon Allen's only attempted 12 passes. So the balance tonight is we found something in our running game that's causing a problem for LSU.
You can't say Alex Collins isn't tough. We know that he threw up on the field the first half. Rib problems. He's back in the lineup. A stiff arm, a broken tackle, and he's close to a first down. Picked up 4 more. What a huge answer to the LSU touchdown this would be if Arkansas could score one of their own. They're at the 7. Third down and 1. LSU would love to force a field goal attempt. But knowing Brett Bielema, I'm not sure they'd kick a field goal here anyway. Third down and 1. Sprinkle in motion. The gives to Collins. Tripped up and dropped by Adams. A loss of 1.
Well, this guy has played back-to-back games at a super level. And the answer, will Brett Bielema kick? Yes, he will. Here's the safety here. He reads the formation, and then he times his hit on the line of scrimmage. That's just excellent timing by Jamal Adams to make the play being in the backfield.
Cole Hedlund is 7 of 11 on the year. He's had a couple blocked. So it's not Mr. Automatic out there right now. Matt Embridge will hold. Cole Hedlund from 25 yards out to try to make it a 10-point game. Kicks perfect. So Arkansas goes on a long drive. They were thinking touchdown. They had to settle for a field goal, but Leonard Fournette is starting to get warmed up. We'll see if his mojo continues with LSU getting the ball back down 10 when we come back. And we'll see him on Super Tuesday as Kentucky and LSU square off the first Tuesday of January on ESPN. Geis on the kick return only got to the 20 this time. And here he comes again. Leonard Fournette almost broke another one. Had he kept his footing, he got 5 out of it the way it was, and gives a hand slap to Huma, his left guard, who was leading the way.
Well, and you can just tell with his body language that he's starting to feel better. You know, last week, his first 15 carries, he never gained over 3 yards. Oh, Alabama just completely had him bottled up till his last 2 runs. Tonight, a slow start, but he is really starting to get in a groove now.
Second down at 5. He'll get the call again. Pushes the pile. About a yard shy of the first down.
Leonard Fournette up the middle.
Froholt off the bottom of the pile along with Dietrich Wise. They're working on everything for Alex Collins over there.
Both of these marquee backs, both Leonard Fournette for LSU and Alex Collins for Arkansas, like well over 100 more carries as the feature back than the second team back. They have really carried the load, and it's late in the season for both of them.
Fournette again's got a first down. Broke a tackle. Leonard Fournette outside of 40-yard line, taking guys with him for 12 yards.
I tell you, the other guy that is starting to play better for LSU is the freshman fullback, Keithan Mouton. They're back in the I formation. The fullback 47 gets a key block. It's power football. Kick out with the fullback, pull the guard around, and then let Leonard Fournette break tackles and run with anger. Yeah, and if I'm LSU and Cam Cameron, I'm thinking about a way to go at the new guy quickly.
Well, they're going to take a shot right here, maybe. From the backside, they track down the quarterback, and Harris goes down courtesy of DJ Dean, who came around the corner. That's the 5th sack of the night. They had only 8 coming in.
Well, they brought a corner blitz away from Brandon Harris. He didn't know that it was coming. He tried to escape the pocket. Didn't know there was a corner circling around as an extra rusher. Arkansas has done a really nice job pressuring the quarterback on pass situations.
Darrell Williams remains the setback in the LSU backfield. They give it to him. Try to get to the corner. Stiff arm one man. He's had some nice runs tonight too. He got out to the 44-yard line.
I mean, you're in a dogfight right now, fighting for your life to get back in the game.
Pass is complete to Diarse, but it's going to be a punting situation for LSU.
Harris's pass across the 45-yard line is complete to Diarse.
We've only got 1:45 left in the third quarter. A game that's sort of flying by right now. Arkansas leading by 10. They've led throughout. If you're just joining us, they got a long touchdown pass to Dominique Reed, then a long touchdown run by Alex Collins to go up 14-0. And they took advantage of a fumble on a short field to make it 21-0. LSU scored just before the half, 21-7. Closed it with another score. That's where we are right now, with Arkansas up 10 and at the 20-yard line. That's the trophy the winner of this one receives. Fournette came in as a leading rusher in the country, but I'm sure with Derrick Henry's 200+ yards today, that might have changed. But we still have a whole quarter to go here, so we'll have to sort all that out when the game's over. Collins right now is in the backfield for Arkansas, and he'll get the carry. Got a couple, that's it.
The one thing you wonder about too with Collins, and you admire his guts and his toughness for staying in the game despite being a little bit banged up, is just his ball security. He's got a pad on his ribs, he's got something on his back, and he's already put it on the ground once in the ball game. He's just going to have to really take care of it here when he runs it for Arkansas.
Right now he's got 132 and 2 touchdowns. Second down and 8. Sprinkle comes back to be his lead blocker if they give it to him, and they fake it to him. Allen down the middle, and what a throw it was. First down, and it's Reed again all the way to the 40.
Boy, Brandon Allen just continues to make big plays. They haven't called his number to throw it a lot tonight, but in critical situations, he has made nice throws. Gives you the fake. You have to respect the fake, so the linebackers draw up to play the run, and you throw it right beyond the linebackers, and it's an accurate throw on the in route by Brandon Allen.
Arkansas trying to win their 4th straight game. More importantly, trying to stay in the thick of the SEC West and trying to stun the number 9 team in the country. They've done it for 3 quarters. End of 3 from Death Valley in the battle for the boot. Arkansas 24, LSU 14. That little girl is hoping for a comeback in the 4th quarter. 24-14 Arkansas. Brad Nessler, Ty Blackledge, Holly Rowe, and our ESPN crew here in Death Valley, where a lot of folks have already left or disguised as empty seats, thinking that LSU can't come back from a 10-point deficit. We're about to find out as Cody Walker takes the first carry of the 4th quarter.
Well, this is where that big offensive line and the hard runners that Arkansas has starts to wear on the LSU defense. Remember, this team was in a real slugfest last week in Tuscaloosa. It's not an overly big defensive line. They rely on quickness. They're trying to rotate guys in. They've got some backup guys in there right now. Arkansas with 198 yards rushing and just continuing to try to punch this defense in the mouth.
Second down and 7. Walker, the tailback. They fake it to him. Allen comes up firing, going for a deep ball just off the fingertips of Jared Cornelius. Jalen Mills was back there with him, but he had about a half step. It was a pretty nice throw, just literally about a foot too far in front of him.
Well, Cornelius was working initially on Tre'Davious White, number 18, and he gets some separation from White. But Mills there to help from his safety position. That's good work by a safety helping his corner.
That long ball attempt left him with a 3rd and long. 3rd down and 7. Third down has been Brandon Allen's forte tonight, as has 4th quarters and overtimes this season. This time he's in trouble. He's not going to get away. His helmet comes off. LSU holds, and Arkansas has to kick. Arden Key, who made a mistake earlier, is the guy that gets the 2nd sack of the night for the Tigers.
Well, a much needed pass rush from LSU. It's only a 4-man rush. They run a little inside game, and Arden Key is able to get there as Brandon Allen tries to step up in the pocket. Arden Key there for the sack.
Toby Baker to punt. Dante Jackson is the deep man for the Tigers inside his own 20. Nice kick. Fielded. Tough catch around the 17-yard line and run out of bounds right about there. 13:42 remaining, 4th quarter, 10-point game. 24-14 right now. And Harris in a whole bunch of trouble. DeMarcus Hodge drops him for a big loss. We've got 13:32 to go. The score was 24-14 entering the 4th quarter. Our research department just told us teams trailing by 10 or more entering the 4th quarter this year are 12 and 347 in the FBS. Those aren't great odds.
No, and especially when you start with negative plays deep in your territory. That was a bad read by Brandon Harris. That's either a give to Fournette or a keep, and then he tried to bounce it outside.
2nd and 14. Fournette right into the middle of the pile, and that's not going anywhere either. It's going to be 3rd down and a mile, and trouble for LSU. They've had 3rd and long just way too many times tonight.
Yep.
From the 11, Harris going to go deep, left sideline, jump ball, and Dupree comes down with it. Malachi Dupree, first down LSU.
Well, the defender, Jared Collins, was in position. He jumped too soon, and Dupree jumped at the right time. And an almost Hail Mary type throw on 3rd and long is a first down.
A 33-yard pickup, and now Harris wants more the other way. And Durrell almost had that one. Traven Durrell had his hands on it. That would have been 2 huge back-to-back pass plays.
See, we've seen outstanding receivers come through this LSU program. And when you have guys that are this athletic, you give them a chance to go make a play. That was a great throw by Brandon Harris to the outside shoulder, away from the defender. And Durrell just not able to maintain the catch.
Harris loads and fires out in the flat. Dupree took a big shot right in the midsection, but he held on. 2 most recent great ones to come out of here, of course, was Odell Beckham Jr. and Jarvis Landry.
Yep.
And these guys, they think, can grow into that. Dupree and Durrell.
Well, the thing about it, when you have receivers with that kind of talent, they don't have to be wide open to give them a chance, because if they can go upstairs and you throw it high and they can go get the catch, they're open even if there's a body near them.
Brandon Harris going to have to find another one here on 3rd and 8. He has time. Hit as he threw, though. The pressure finally got there at the very last moment, and Dietrich Wise has had a whale of a game coming around that corner, number 48.
Well, Dietrich Wise and Beanham, when they're in there in these 3rd down pass situations, they're not worried about run. They're just working over the tackles. Again, a new left tackle, KJ Malone, in for the 3-year starter, Gerald Hawkins, with the ankle injury. And that time, Wise just got the better of that matchup.
That time Harris's arm was coming forward as he was hit, so not a fumble, but an incomplete pass and a 4th down.
But at least they're kicking from this part of the field. They get a chance to flip the field.
Nice job by faking the catch by the punt returner, and it goes all the way to the end zone. 11:15 remaining. Still a 10-point ball game in Baton Rouge. At the 20-yard line, Arkansas takes over following the punt with a 10-point lead, and 11:15 that they'd like to burn off the clock. Remember, they came in 2nd in the country in time of possession, 1st in the SEC in that capacity. Coney Walker, the tailback, with Collins on the sideline, and it's Walker with a nice lead blocker and a 10 or 11-yard gain on 1st down.
Boy, beautiful block by Trotolo, the left guard, leading that play.
Let's go down to Holly.
Well, guys, this is a beautiful thing to watch. This Arkansas offensive line has such amazing chemistry. When they're over chatting amongst themselves, they are having such a great time supporting each other. But the one I love watching the most is Sebastian Trotolo, who you saw just make that monster block. He has so much energy. It's the 4th quarter. He cannot ever sit down in the seats with all the rest of the offensive linemen. He's pacing the sidelines. He's up and at him. In fact, that was a great run. He's got tons of energy here for the 4th quarter.
They've all started together all year long, so they do have great chemistry, and that really helps a quarterback and a tailback. And here comes an end around, and it's Cornelius, and he got the edge, and Cornelius down the sideline. He might take it. Cornelius, nobody's going to get him. Touchdown, Arkansas. 69 yards, another big play for Arkansas's offense.
We mentioned some of the things Arkansas does offensively is to affect eyes, is to make the eyes of the defense go somewhere else. They do a great job. Watch the eyes of the defense and watch these guys. They get locked inside. And here they come out the backside with the sweep. They've run it one other time today. They come back with it again, and watch Dominique Reed down the field. He ran his man off and then gets a block at the end for the touchdown.
There's some teams that Arkansas has lost to this year that would not want to see them again the way they're playing right now. 31-14 with just over 10 minutes remaining. 80-yard drive in 2 plays. Less than a minute. And now they really are heading to the exits.
Well, I just like the way Dan Enos calls a game. I think he's got a great feel for play calling, and that was a huge hire by Brett Bielema in the offseason.
You're watching ESPN College Football Primetime presented by Hilton. And boy, Arkansas in primetime looks the part. 31-14 en route to their 4th straight win and their 5th in their last 6 games if this lead holds.
Well, you just see the emergence of some of these guys that didn't know about early in the year. Dominique Reed with a long touchdown run. Cornelius was hurt, and a huge run there for a touchdown.
Geis has to go a long way to track that down at the 5. And number 5 going in the wrong direction, but he broke a couple of tackles, got a block. Great run back. He went miles to get out to the 27-yard line. So LSU back on the field, but time is their enemy. Leonard Fournette under 100 yards so far. 19 carries for 91. So the 2nd straight week after being held to no less than 150 in every game this season. Might be held under 100 tonight. Here's a pass to the tight end, Jeter, and Jeter's got a first down.
Well, the biggest enemy for LSU tonight has been negative plays, whether it be careless mental penalties or the sacks. 5 they've given up tonight to a team coming in that only had 8. But the too many situations where they got behind the chains early and that had long 3rd down situations just really worked against them tonight.
Nice throw down the middle to Jeter again. That went right on the money off the hand of Brandon Harris. A 23-yard pickup. And they're hurrying up. They're inside the Arkansas 35. Harris again down the middle. This one tipped. Incomplete as Andre Tolliver got a hand on it. Stops the clock with 4:05 remaining. So they'll set it back up. 2nd down and 10 at the 33-yard line. Fournette's going out as a wide receiver to the top of your screen. So empty backfield for Brandon Harris. Fournette's a good receiver. He looked that way, now look back to the middle and on the run again. Razorbacks giving chase. Ball's incomplete, intended for Doral. And again, Dietrich Weiss, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
They've become extremely good friends there in the backfield with Brandon Harris.
He's shown up tonight. And, you know, Rob Smith told us, we asked him, who's been playing at a high level? He said, Ledbetter has really played well, has been very productive. And the other guys that have really started to pick it up for us are Beanham and Wise. And, boy, they've shown up tonight in those pass situations. Athletic, speedy off the edge, and a lot of problems they've caused for the tackles tonight from LSU.
3rd down throw is out of bounds, intended for Diarce, and it's 4th down. So they've got to go for it, obviously. 3-score lead by Arkansas. They need to get to the 23-yard line of the Razorbacks for a first down. Malachi Dupree's been the big play man so far tonight. He came over toward Harris and then back up to his wide receiver spot on the left side. On 4th down and 10. He's looking that way. Throws that way. Dupree's got it at the 15, and he's down to the 10 with a first down.
Boy, that was a nice throw and catch. Excellent route by Dupree. Nice timing throw by Brandon Harris.
Looking for a quick score here. Dupree goes over 100 yards on the night with that catch. The fade to the corner. And this one's intercepted, intended for Dupree, and DJ Dean, perfect position for Arkansas's defense.
Well, if you throw a fade, you have to throw it to the back pylon. Over the outside shoulder of your receiver. The ball can't drift back inside. And that ball just floats too far inside. It's underthrown. And DJ Dean able to make the play.
DJ's 2nd interception of the season. Harris' second interception in 182 pass attempts this year. Well, they had something moving there, getting it down the field, but then the turnover. They had a fumble that killed them that turned into points. This one probably kills any opportunity for them to somehow pull out a miracle. Morgan in motion as Walker's the tailback here, and will get the carry in the middle of the pile, and again keeps his legs driving out to the 26-yard line.
Well, one of the most important decisions that Brett Bielema made in the offseason was to hire away Dan Enos, who was a head coach at Central Michigan. He took the charter plane with the entire coaching staff up there to woo him to Arkansas to give up that head coaching job. And it was such a great hire, a perfect hire for Bielema. They led the MAC at Central Michigan last year in time of possession. They were 8th in the nation in that category. So he knew he had this offensive line coming back. He got the perfect offensive coordinator. How about the charter flight? All the coaches, what a welcoming committee.
That is nice. And boy, he's called a brilliant game again tonight. Todd mentioned it earlier, and it's been going that way for the last month, really. Here's Cody Walker, who's done a yeoman's job again tonight in the backfield when Collins hasn't been in there. He gets 3 more. And we're down under a minute. Arkansas is going to move to 4-2. If Ole Miss wins out, Alabama loses to Auburn, and Arkansas wins out, there could be a 3-way tiebreaker thing. I guess somehow the West could be all mixed up at that point. We're not going to go into any more detail on that, though, Todd, okay?
All we know is that Florida won the East.
Exactly. And we know that Arkansas is going to win their 4th game in a row and 5 of their last 6. And they did it in resounding fashion. And from the opening kick, they controlled this football game. There's a nice play, not giving up on the game by Frank Herron.
Second charge timeout, LSU.
And LSU is going to take a timeout here anyway. 4th down and 11. LSU going to try to take over on downs here. I don't know what they will do with 10 seconds, but here's a throw and catch and first down. And that'll end it. So Les Miles took a timeout to try to just get the ball back one more time, but they could get a stop, and instead Arkansas gets the first down. The Tigers are going to fall to 7-2, and they'll lose that number 9 college football rankings as well. They'll slip further down in the top 20. These guys, it looks like a team that should be in the top 20 with the way they played the last 5 weeks.
Well, last year they had to run across the field to get the boot. Tonight they just keep it on their side and lift it up.
So Arkansas, a winner on the road over LSU and Les Miles. 31-14 is the final score. Holly's tracking down Coach Bielema right now, I think. And we're going to check in with her right now. Holly, it's all yours.
Well, Coach, it was just this year against Tennessee that you got your first road win in the SEC under you. Now you put together back-to-back road wins. How are you doing this on the road with this team?
You know, the kids have gotten better every week. They believe in what the coaches are telling them. We've, I think, done a nice job recruiting the last couple of years, and to get 2 in a row against LSU is big, especially over here. We've been doing a lot of recruiting over here. Kind of neat to see Jared Cornelius. He's a Louisiana boy, get that big score. A lot of fun to be. We got 2 more games. We're bowl eligible now. You know, we'll play Mississippi State. That's next on the docket and see where we go. You had so many injuries on defense. You had to mix things up defensively on your front. How do you describe their performance tonight? They just keep believing in what we're preaching. They're doing an unbelievable job Monday through Friday of getting their bodies ready, soft tissue recovery, doing what we have to do in the classroom. It's a really fun group to be around. What does this mean to you to kind of turn things around and see the light at the end of the tunnel now? We're getting there. You know, we got a group here that's pretty good. We got a lot of players coming back. We'll lose some special seniors. We're going to really enjoy these next 2 games, hopefully do a little bit better and see if we can go someplace nice. And Coach, you might still be in the race in the West depending on what happens with Alabama. How do you keep your eye on that prize? Well, we've been kind of keeping that one under wraps for a while. I know it's mathematically possible. We're going to try to enjoy the win tonight, fly home and have a good time. And then, the biggest thing is to get into next week. Mississippi State's a good ball club that obviously lost a heartbreaker today, but SEC West, a competitive league. I'm glad to be a part of it.
Thanks, Coach.
Well, our mathematicians back in Bristol, Connecticut about a month ago said these guys had a 19% chance to get to a bowl game. We know they're going to a bowl game right now. 31-14, the final score. For Todd Blackledge, Holly Rowe, and our entire ESPN crew, Brad Nessler saying so long from Death Valley. It was deathly tonight for the LSU Tigers at home. They lose 31-14. We're going to send to Dad Dan Burke in the studio. Washington State and UCLA yet to come tonight on ESPN.